Hi, I'm Ali from Ollie and His Superpowers. Therapeutic model that's thrown therapeutic models on their head because we don't believe that you should be dealing with the behaviour. We think you should be dealing with the emotion driving the behaviour. I guess you could say we work in the world of mental health, except I hate that. Who's going to put the hand up and say I've got a mental health problem? So we work in the world of emotional well-being. So I've just had a really interesting conversation about neurodiversity. Well, shall we start where we should start, really? Let's not call it neurodiversity. Why don't we call it neuro blimmin' wonderful uniqueness? Because that's what it is. Anyway, this conversation was quite interesting. This chap, who will remain nameless, was saying that, it's a real problem because people that are neurodiversic, is that even a word? I don't know. Maybe I'm neurodiversic. They're a problem because they don't fit in boxes. And if they don't fit in boxes, then, it's all about them and they can't possibly survive in our world. And we need to make adjustments for them. And it's not good. And, this, that and the other. And off he went. And I thought, okay, I'll listen for a little bit. I put my hand up and I said, you're saying that they can't survive in our world. Well, why don't we adjust our world? He said, they're so diverse we couldn't possibly. I said, but they're not really, are they? They are if you look at the whole gestalt of the thing, the whole thing, neurodiversity. Within that, there's all sorts of different things going on with different people doing neurodiversity in different ways. So I guess if you look at it like that, it's a problem. But if you look at the whole thing, neuro brilliant, neuro excellent, then it's actually quite simple, really, isn't it? What we do is we look at their excellence and their uniqueness and not their differences. His face was a picture. But it's true, isn't it? And if we didn't have these guys that are neuro unique, then blimmin' heck, think about the world as we know it now. We wouldn't have fire because nobody would have gone, I'm sick of raw dinosaur, I'm going to cook it, or however that came about. But somebody thought outside the box. And that's all this is really, is thinking about things in a different way. Now, the problem comes that it's not our way, so it's not right. What a load of rubbish. What a load of rubbish. The best inventions, the greatest minds in the world have been neurodiverse. They've looked at something and gone, well, okay, but when I look at it, I see this, this and this. And the number of times, because guys like this have looked at something, they found a better way of doing something. So I think it really is neuro uniqueness. And I think it should be encouraged and applauded. And we should be keeping an eye on these guys because they're going to rule the world. And they're going to take us to a better place. You talk about they don't fit in our world. Let's talk about our world. Our world's the one that's killing all the fish in our oceans. That's got plastic coming out of our armpits. That can't... no, don't start me. That's our world. That's the masses. Yeah? What we need is someone that does think out the box. Somebody that does think differently. Someone that's wired differently. Programmed differently. Whatever you want to call it. Because if you're wired differently, if you're programmed differently, you're going to look at things differently. You're going to hear things differently. You're going to feel things differently. And nothing changes unless somebody does that. So I think there should be awards. I think these guys should be spotted at a young age and grown. Because they are going to make the difference. And why are we frightened of it? We're frightened of it because our brains aren't capable of the brilliance their brains are. Neurodiversity. So, okay, I'm talking about brilliance and good ideas here. What about if it means that you have communication skills or processing skill issues? Again, the problem lies with us, not them. The number of children and young adults I work with in this box under this label, and everyone's going, well, they can't do this and they can't do that. What are we supposed to do? And you're so busy noticing what they can't do that you don't notice what they can do, and brilliantly. And the truth is, we just don't know how to adapt because we're not neurodiverse enough to adapt, to step into their world and see the brilliance of it, to break free from ours and just see the brilliance of it. Seriously, I think there should be awards. There's something I need to tell you about this chap I was having a conversation with that just tickled me as I walked away. It wasn't sort of in a grown-up debate or interview situation, he was fixing his car. I was just chatting to him, as you do, from a safe social distance. But the thing that made me laugh when I walked away was his car was a bulk standard, nice little car, lovely, brand new plates, very nice. But what he was doing to his car was he was putting a bigger exhaust on it, brighter headlights, a much better sound system, and fairy dice. He was diversifying his car. He was making it unique and different. He would never have got the irony of that, but I did. I think we should celebrate it. I think some of the best things that have ever happened in our world have come from people that are capable of thinking differently, processing things in a different way, recognising, seeing, feeling things in a different way. And they're not the ones with the issue, we are. Because we just are afraid or don't have the neurodiversity to adapt our way of thinking to see some of the wonders that we're probably missing. And here's another thought, just in case you are one of those that's making your car neurodiverse. We all are. All of us are. I can't read and write. Am I neurodiverse? Somebody else non-verbal. Are they neurodiverse? Somebody else processing skills a little bit slower than mine. Are they neurodiverse? Or are they just beautifully unique? Because the one thing that I have learned, everything that I can't do the way you lot do it, yeah, for many, many years, all I heard was in my own head and from other people, I can't do it the way you do it, therefore there is something wrong with me. And it took me a while to realise that there's nothing wrong with me. It's actually a gift. It's actually the thing that's going to make me stand out, the thing that's going to help me make a difference, to make the difference. It's the thing that stops me being just another sheep following. I guess if I was a car, I'd be a Ford Escort, and I'd have those really big exhausts, I'd have a whack-off sound system, and of course I'd have the fairy dice. Don't call it neurodiversity, say what it is. It's neuro-blimmin' unique brilliance. And let's not stop noticing what people can't do and notice what they can do, because what we're really noticing is what we can't do. Turn it on its head. Neurodiversity. Neuro-unique brilliance. Yeah, turn it on its head. It's neurodiverse head. But, do you know, we really need to, because we're creating the problem here. These kids, these young adults, they don't know that they're different. The only reason they know they're different is because we keep blimmin' well telling them they're different. Why would you do that? A most common thing in all of us is the need to fit in, to belong, to be valued, to be loved, to be part of the tribe. That's why we all wear football shirts and stuff like that. Don't get football. But you know what I mean? We need to belong, we need to fit in. And yet from the off we're going, well, no, you know, there's something, you're not like the rest of us. There's something wrong here. Wrong here. So I think these kids need accolades. But what about the parents? Are they bad because there's something wrong with my child? No, they're not. They're not at all. Because what's going on there? The only reason that they think there's something wrong with their child is because every other bugger's telling them there's something wrong with their child because the child's different. So again, it's us that's the problem. And the pressure that these parents are under. My child's not doing so well at school. The processing's out. My child can't do this. My child can't. Every other child's doing that. What's wrong with my child? Well, the truth is, if the mother and her father were really allowed to say what they feel, they would not say what is wrong with my child. They would recognise the beautiful uniqueness of being unique. But it's outside pressures, isn't it? It's the rest of us that are going, struggling a bit. What's going on with him? He's different. And why do we do that? Well, there's a mixture of stuff going on. One, it's that tribal thing again. Oh, not like us. Oh, no, that's threatening. Not like us. But we're terrified by it. We're terrified by anything that's not like us. And what we tend to do, our brain does this amazing thing. We've kind of got this foreground, background thing going on in our brains all the time. And we surround ourselves by things and people that are a benefit to us for our survival in all sorts of ways. So we'll only eat what we like. We only have people around us that get us and have our views and like rugby over football or vice versa. That's what we do, right? Complicated subject, but we do that, yeah? Even tradesmen, you only get a local one, don't you? Like us, we like that. Go on holiday. This does my head in, right? Go on holiday to some lovely exotic place. We're in a hotel. We're enjoying it, you know, all these foreigners doing these wonderful things. But what do? We home in on the person with an English accent in the bar. So un-neurodiverse. What a damn waste. How will we ever learn and grow? But we do. We're threatened by anything that's not like us. But wouldn't it be lovely? It's just a thought. If we did change the name to neuro beautifully, wonderfully unique and exciting. What if, rather than parents being worried that, you know, they're bad parents because their child's not doing so well, this is all their fault, and all the emotions that piles onto them, which then sieves down to the child because the child's like, I don't know what's different about me because I don't know any different, but there obviously something is because mum and dad aren't happy. Believe me, that happens. I don't care how capable your child is of recognising emotions or understanding the vocal content, but they'll be picking up on that. So what could we do to help? Seriously, what could we do to help? Celebrate it. And if a parent has a child that's neuro unique and brilliant, bloody brilliant, congratulate them. Be in awe of them. Be in awe of the uniqueness and the beauty and the wonder of their child. And let's take this to the next level. We're talking about neurodiversity here. We should celebrate the beauty and uniqueness of every child, regardless of how good it is at reading, writing, processing. It's a beautiful, unique human being that has so much to give, so much we could learn if we just opened our minds and our hearts to do that. Well, I'm dyslexic, I can't read or write. And I've got a few other issues. If that makes me neurodiverse, I'm Ali and I'm neurodiverse and damn proud of it. Change the way you think about this. Change it, turn it on its head. Neuro blimmin' wonderful uniqueness.